When a woman is brutally assaulted, it takes time for her mind and body to process what has happened. An incident of rape or sexual assault may be a one-time act, but the memory and the effects of the incident are what stick on with the victim for a lifetime. It is not likely that a victim of sexual assault will ever forget what has happened to her. No matter how hard she tries, the trauma of being sexually assaulted can leave her plagued with flashbacks and unpleasant memories of the incident. When a woman is assaulted by a stranger, she begins to fear the people around her. She finds it difficult to interact with new people and to form new bonds or friendships because she does not trust people easily. The only people she can probably trust are her family members, friends, and other people she knows she can turn to for help. But what happens if her assailant is a family member, a friend, or someone she knows? Who does she turn to then? When a woman is assaulted by a family member, a friend, a date, her spouse, a neighbor, a colleague, her boss, a classmate, or anyone else she knows, it is known as acquaintance rape. In cases of acquaintance rape, the victim's trust in someone she knows has been destroyed. She may even blame herself for getting into such a situation. Some may find assault by a stranger more traumatic because then they are in a constant state of fear, especially when they are out in public or when they are alone, because they don't know who they can or can't trust. On the other hand, some may find assault by an acquaintance more traumatic because their assailant could be a family member or a friend who they would have to constantly encounter in the future, which would bring back memories of the trauma. The victim feels ashamed. She likes to believe that she has control over herself and over any situation that she is in. However, when she is assaulted, someone she once trusted takes that control away from her and she feels humiliated. She believes that she should have been able to defend herself. Victims often refrain from reporting their assault because society tends to blame them for it rather than blaming the perpetrator. People tend to say things like, "She asked for it," or "She was wearing clothes that were inviting unwanted attention." This makes it harder for her to speak up. This also gives more power to the attacker because he knows that he will not be held accountable for his actions. If the perpetrator is a family member, a friend, or a partner, people who she encounters regularly, She tends to refrain from reporting the incident because she is afraid that her attacker will retaliate, and that could be much worse than the assault. Most victims feel that the criminal justice system often re-victimizes them. When reporting a case of acquaintance rape that may have been committed by the intimate partner or a former intimate partner, the victim may be told that since her assailant was known to her, it cannot be considered as rape, and that it was probably an issue in the relationship that can be sorted out without the help of the legal authorities. You need to listen to what she has to say. Believe her and understand when she says why she was unable to prevent the assault. When you show her that you are willing to listen and that you can understand where she is coming from, she will be in a better position to open up to you. Whatever choices she makes post the incident, in terms of wanting to seek medical care or not, or wanting to report the incident or not, or even in terms of wanting to know about it, show your support. Do not try to overrule her decision and choices. Rather, respect the choices she makes and be supportive. Reassure her that you are there to provide her with whatever help she may need, and that you will support her every step of the way. Help her to go on with her life. If she wants to do things or go places but is afraid to do it alone, be there for her. However, let her do things at her pace. Don't rush her. Understand what she has gone through is life-changing. Let her know that you are there for her, and this will give her reassurance and hope. You need to understand that someone who has been sexually assaulted may feel uncomfortable and afraid of physical touch. Show empathy and respect her feelings, but at the same time, give affection verbally and ask her for permission to hold and comfort her from time to time. Healing from such a traumatic experience takes time. Over and above that, the assault can leave her feeling bitter and angry. She may have outbursts of anger and show frustration for the smallest of things. Here is where you need to be patient with her. Be understanding. Do not retaliate unnecessarily. That will only make the situation worse. You may want to be with her after the assault and constantly give her comfort and reassurance that you will be there if she needs anything. While that may be very helpful to her and she may need it at the time, you need to remember that she needs her own space too. She will need some private time to herself, and it is important that you understand and respect that. Do not blame her for being where she was at the time of the assault or for not resisting what happened to her. or for not talking about it earlier. Do not blame her for the assault, because any incident of sexual assault or rape is always the fault of the perpetrator, never the victim. It is quite normal that you would want to know every detail of the incident so that you can provide help. But you need to understand that by asking too many questions and probing for more details, you are re-victimizing her by forcing her to relive the traumatic experience. Don't negotiate with her feelings. Never tell a victim of assault that what she is feeling is not rational. Never tell her that she is overreacting. By telling her that the assault was not that bad, you are trying to simplify the situation for her. This will not help her in any way and may just escalate her fear and anxiety. As a family member or a friend, you may want to help her and always be there for her. You want to protect her and make her feel safe. While that can be very helpful for her, you need to understand that by being too possessive and making certain decisions for her, you are taking control away from her, and this may just add to her frustration. Also, don't tell her what she should or shouldn't have done to prevent the assault. That will just add to the stress she is already facing. Seeing a friend or a family member go through something as traumatic as a sexual assault can make you very angry. However, never direct that anger and frustration towards the victim, because it is not their fault at all. You should make it clear that you are directing that anger towards the perpetrator so that the victim does not feel that she is being blamed. Don't tell her to get over it. Sexual assault is traumatizing and not something that a victim can get over in a blink of an eye. Dealing with trauma like this can take weeks, months, years, or can even be a lifelong process. By telling her to get over it, you can never control how she feels and how long she takes to recover. If at all, if you do, you are being unsupportive.